On the day when the battle for CONCACAF World Cup qualification gets underway in earnest, it's hard to think of a more alluring appetizer than a bout between intercontinental champions. Prepare to dig in here on beIN Sport as we bring you just that. It's Copa América winners Uruguay facing world and European champions Spain. Live from the sparkling city of Doha on the edge of the Persian Gulf. Hello and a very good afternoon or morning to our audience across the United States. It's 9 p.m. in Qatar and the Khalifa International Stadium, one of the integral pieces of Qatar's plans for the 2022 World Cup finals, prepares to host the latest in what is becoming a growing repertoire of prestigious international friendly matches tonight. I'm Ross Dyer, sitting alongside me and setting his eyes on what will surely be a great test for both the Copa América holders and the world champions, his World Cup winner himself and former Real Madrid goalkeeper Bodo Illgner. Let's enjoy the national anthems and then hear from Bodo. Real, or the Royal March. A few anthems with no words. Spain's national anthem. National anthem, actually the world's longest, but it's been modified to include just the two verses. Good job. We are hopefully expecting kickoff anytime soon, Bodo.
Yeah, we were lucky it was not the whole 5 minutes. I really love the Spanish anthem. The only shame is that they don't have any words with it. As a player, I really love to sing my national anthem for Germany. I enjoyed it with all my teammates together, and I think there's missing a little bit if you hear these great songs, but there's no words in. Lineup for Spain: Victor Valdés in goal, and the first debut, the first game for Cesc Azpilicueta tonight.
Yes, a 23-year-old man from Chelsea, wearing the number 2 shirt, playing at right back, one of 3 players in the squad hoping to make their debut for La Roja tonight, and he's the one that gets the nod. Interestingly, there's no Xavi Hernandez, there's no Xabi Alonso. It is a starting 11 with 7 Barcelona players, and one of whom is Carles Puyol, making his long-anticipated return to the starting 11 for Spain. His 100th appearance in the red shirt, almost a year after his 99th. Wonderful occasion for him here to captain the side too. Let's get Uruguay's starting 11 as well. And there are 3 players in here, Bodo, who ply their trade in La Liga including the two centre-backs, Diego Godín and Diego Lugano, the skipper. The other man in the lineup who plays in Spain, Christian Rodriguez in central midfield. There's no space for Diego Forlán. A change in formation perhaps for Oscar Tabarez' side.
Yeah, Forlán is getting into his years now, so he's changing there. Has wonderful strikers up front with Christian Rodriguez, with Edinson, Cavani and Luis Suárez. So he is really has good players up front. There's no doubt about that. Although it's a kind of surprise that he's still sitting on the bench after the poor results at the end of last year.
It's a fair way for the Uruguayan fans and the staff to travel. Well, their starting 11 all ply their trade in Europe. Not so bad for them. So, Doha, Qatar is the scene for the battle between continents. The champions of South America coming up against the champions of Europe and the champions of the world, Spain. Uruguay get us underway. And quickly into the action is Christian Rodriguez, one of those players who plays in Spain with Atletico Madrid, currently enjoying a wonderful season. Is a man who's just transferred to Spanish football. Diego Lugano arriving at Malaga in the winter transfer window from PSG.
Spain, again, like in the Euro Cup, with no real striker up front. They called it the false number 9, which probably is going to, you can see here, number 10, Fàbregas, the player who is up front, but he's not a real striker. He's a defensive midfielder, offensive midfielder. He can play any position. But during the Euro Cup 2012, where they were so successful and got a lot of blames in the first games without playing any striker, but he did this position and he played very well there.
The left back, Jordi Alba of Barcelona, back to his fellow Barcelona player Gerard Piqué. Santi Cazorla, one of 3 players in the 11 who play in England, along with Azpilicueta, the debut man at right back. Santi Cazorla also plays with Juan Mata in the English Premier League. Mata and Azpilicueta of Chelsea, Santi Cazorla of Arsenal.
He's the first player for Chelsea to play as a debut here for Spain. All the others switched to English clubs when they were already national player for Spain. Not this man, César Azpilicueta. There he goes.
Works nicely with Mata. So
he sent it at Bosca. I think he's looking for an offensive part there on the right back position. Arbeloa very well defending this position, but always lacking a little bit of offensive power. Maybe that's a reason why we sent it at Bosca, trying tonight a new player on this position. Nice work here, Jordi Alba.
Spain enjoying the opening exchanges in terms of possession. Uruguay at the moment chasing shadows. Off goes Cazorla. Cesc Fàbregas wanted a foul, but nothing was given. Advantage played. Now Uruguay with the opportunity to enjoy possession. Trying to release the man in form for Napoli in Serie A, Edinson Cavani, leading the line here with Luis Suárez. Difficult situation that Uruguay are currently in terms of transferring a number of players who have been so successful for them over the last couple of years. Diego Forlán starting on the bench tonight. There's a lot of thought that goes in to say that the 33-year-old is still key to this team that doesn't usually enjoy too much possession. Now that's really nicely worked and through on goal. The opportunity presenting itself to Luis Suárez. Carles Puyol quickly closing the door.
Very well defensive here, Carles Puyol. Very nice defending from him in his game number 100. Victor Valdés in goal for the injured Iker Casillas, the captain of the team usually. No offside here. Nice ball for Luis Suárez. And we can see the control. He takes it too much inside, where Puyol is already defending, playing back to his goalie. Yeah, you mentioned it, Uruguay going and looking for the counter-attack, whereas we will see, I'm pretty sure, a lot of ball possession for Spain, like usual.
Spain continue to set the standard as well as continue to define the era we are currently in of international football. How apt it is that during this period of unprecedented dominance, they bring their skills to a part of the world that's enthusiastic and eager to open its doors to promoting the very best the sport has to offer. Exhibition for the fans inside this stadium, of course, but also as a metaphor, really, a marker in the building blocks that Qatar is putting in place over the next 10 years for World Cup 2022. Spain coach Vicente Del Bosque has suggested that Spain should take their brand of attacking, entertaining and attractive football all over the world, especially to parts of the globe which are still learning about the game chiefly.
That's one reason. The other reason is $4 million they receive here. They reimburse tonight for this game. As a World Cup winner, you're really demanded and can play all over the planet.
They have held prestigious friendlies here before, not afraid to splash the cash, shall we say. England against Brazil a few years ago, Argentina against Brazil 2010, and Egypt against Brazil 2011. This stadium is one of the 12 stadia that they plan to use for World Cup 2022, although 9 of those 12 stadia they haven't even begun work on yet in terms of breaking ground. There is Del Bosque.
Even this stadium will become bigger by then. 40,000 capacity right now. It will rise up to 68, and this is Spain going forward. No foul called here against Mata. Counter-attack chance for Uruguay. Puyol there.
Puyol stepped in. And coverage coming across from Jordi Alba. And back to Victor Valdés.
Little push from behind there, using his arms. It wouldn't be too hard if there would have been a foul, but no foul was called by the Qatari referee Fakhat Jaber Al-Mari. Six minutes played, a lot of ball possession for Spain, and 2 good counter-attack possibilities so far for Uruguay.
Spain coming in here with vastly different fortunes to Uruguay's recently. If you think about the qualification process for 2014 in Brazil, Uruguay on a terrible run, having lost 3 of their last 4 qualification matches. So put them in a bit of a bind in South American qualifying, currently sitting in 5th place, which is good enough for the playoff spot. Remember, it's a qualifying campaign that doesn't feature Brazil, so they are really doing quite badly. Be down that low in the table. They've got 7 games remaining, 4 of them are away from home, and they need to rediscover their goal-scoring form as well. And, tighten up at the back. They let 12 goals in the last 4 games, Bodo. 2
horrible last games. 3-0 defeat against Argentina, 4-1 against Bolivia, even losing. I've seen both games, and it was really a poor performance. And I remember us talking about even getting fired, this coach Tavares. It was really a doubt, and then they had a friendly in Poland where they won 3-1 at the end of the year, so they came out of this crisis a little bit, and still here he is. Really a really bad play against Bolivia.
Yeah, at altitude it should be said, although yes, it's no excuse really. The qualification format is the same as 4 years ago. If you take those last 4 results in which they haven't won, they claimed 5 points 4 years ago on the way to South Africa in those 4 games, and this time they claimed just the 1. It's really quite disappointing for them. Thumped at Colombia 4-0. Usually they are the rivals that they contend with for the 4th and 5th spots in the qualifying tournament. At the moment they're level with Chile and Venezuela.
Fàbregas looking for the new man here. Azpilicueta.
Got some room to go at Cáceres here. Oh, and Cesc Fàbregas swung a boot at it, and Sergio Busquets made sure he made contact, bringing a save from Muslera.
Sergio Busquets, the most defensive midfielder of all of them, but still up front to shoot here on goal. Nice save, Fernando Muslera. See that bounces, doesn't make it easier. And all the same type players, or similar type players, with Iniesta, Fàbregas, Cazorla, Mata, all midfield players. The more forward attacker over the wing is Pedro. Here we have Mata, Jordi Alba, together with Iniesta on the left wing through the Euro Cup. A fantastic team.
There's Iniesta. Still plenty of Barca representatives in there, as opposed to just the one from Real Madrid, Sergio Ramos, playing at the centre-back position. There's Azpilicueta of Chelsea, and misfiring his cross, the young debutant. Big moment for him tonight. And there is the coach that you talked about, Bodo. Oscar Tabarez, been in charge now since 2006. Following the failure to get to Germany, the World Cup there, he came in and did a great job in rebuilding the side, and arguably made them the best side in South America for a couple of years when they won the record Copa América title in 2011. 15th for Uruguay down the years. It was on the back of a wonderful showing in South Africa at the World Cup, reaching the semi-finals. But since then, they've had a very poor Olympics. The next generation doesn't quite look ready to take over just yet. The under-23 is not doing so well at London 2012. Even with the help of Edinson, Cavani and Luis Suárez, they were sent packing by Senegal and England.
No, they are definitely not on the roll, the whole package of Uruguay. Not the under-20s, not the under-23, and not this team. Can only become better though, right?
Of course. Without the record goal scorer Forlan in the starting 11 tonight.
Well, in the South American qualifiers, Luis Suárez is the top man, top scorer there, together with Messi and Higuaín, scoring 7 goals so far in those qualification games on the road to Brazil 2014. If you look at the back, the names at the back are really good defenders. This man here, Diego Lugano, strong defender. Godín from Atletico Madrid, very good defender. You really question yourself, how is it possible that they concede so many goals?
Well, there is one of the lesser-known names, Nicolas Lodeiro. He's with Botafogo. Recently got his first taste of the World Cup qualification campaign when he came off the bench on the last matches. Uruguay have not traditionally used many players in their qualification run. Just the 21 players so far used in the 9 games played.
This setup of the game reminds a lot of the Barca setup, but this is Barcelona without Lionel Messi. So a lot of contacts around midfield, around the box, but no surprises, no deep passes, no dribblings to create a possibility.
Sergio Busquets' his shot, a real moment of lightning flashing, but nothing to follow it as yet.
Nice football, but misunderstanding here between Pedro and Jordi Alba. Pedro saw that Jordi Alba would make the run into the box, but he looked back for his defending position already. There, he did not make the run. Oh, there was Cazorla, Santi Cazorla, who did not make the run into the box, and Pedro looking at him and asking, why haven't you made the run? I've been waiting for you here.
Such a superb stadium, this. Currently holds around 50,000. Their plan is to make it 68,000 in time for the World Cup. We've got a long time to do that, of course.
Very good defending here from the youngster on the right defending side.
Cazorla, sprightly in midfield. He was tripped unnecessarily so. Spain will restart. Diego Perez coming in from behind. Spain currently on a fantastic winning streak, unbeaten in their last 17. England were the last team to beat them. 1-0 defeat at Wembley.
Nice pressure here now from Spain. This is Pedro. But Uruguay was able to get rid of this pressure and developing this nice attack over the wing. Luis Suárez.
Suárez trying to get the better of Jordi Alba. Piqué helped him out, and Busquets able to find Iniesta, and Spain again composed as they counter. Beautiful football.
Nice touches of the ball.
Mata. It's had a resurgence of late for Chelsea.
None of the two Xavis today in the lineup. The first 11. Xavi Hernandez from Barcelona needs another 2 weeks until coming back.
On the field. Oh,
it's
gone in! Terrible mistake by Muslera, who looks skyward. Cesc Fàbregas says thank you very much.
And as a coach, this is the normal reaction. You can't believe what you just saw. The goalkeeper leaves a normal, a really easy ball between the posts. Fàbregas had a shot on goal, but it was right on the goalkeeper. Let's see the replay. Maybe it was moving a little bit like recently the balls do, but no excuse on that one. It comes right at the goalkeeper. And see a nice slight move of the ball with a little curve, but nothing extraordinary, nothing special. Big mistake here from Fernando Muslera, and it's 1-0 Spain.
12th international goal for Cesc Fàbregas. He gratefully accepts it. Now Uruguay trying to respond. Shot fired away by Christian Rodriguez. Well, Spain were playing the attractive football. It wasn't a picture-perfect goal by any means, and one that Fernando Muslera, the Uruguayan goalkeeper, well, he'll be anxious to forget it. Too much space afforded to Fàbregas, but look at that.
A lot of space available, but it was a long-distance shot. Usually no problem at all. This time he gets it 100,000 times, but this time he did not. 1-0 Spain. That's the lead for the World Cup winner and European Cup winner. A typical Spanish game so far. A lot of possession, a lot of tiki-taka, nice passes but within each other, and then all of a sudden there comes the lead. That's always the problem, I find, that if you play a team like Spain or Barcelona with so much ball possession, with easy passes within themselves, you tend to lose your concentration there. You get sleepy, and I think that what happened here to Uruguay. No attack, no pressure here.
Cavani.
Wow.
Great goalkeeping from Valdés, who raced 18 yards to foil the man in form.
That's the man, Victor Valdés, playing like a sweeper behind the defense line. But to continue and finish my thought, you know, that as a team you get sleepy. There was no pressure on Fàbregas while he was shooting, and even the goalkeeper was not concentrated anymore on that ball.
Or Cesc Fàbregas, who is certainly in amongst the goals for Barcelona. Half a dozen in La Liga so far this season. Showing that even without David Villa on the pitch, even without Fernando Torres in the squad, they are still possessive of firepower.
Very good here. Victor Valdés again. Reading this game, knowing that he would be able to come on this ball with his hands, and very good goalkeeping from him.
Juan Mata. Well, Piqué was able to chest it down. Hurriedly cleared out of that Uruguayan box, and now the light blue shirts try to fan out, but Iniesta comes in.
Oh, Puyol. Too high. The 7th player for Spain entering in the 100 club. Uruguay was a nice counter-attack. Jordi Alba, that's why Barcelona paid a lot of money to Valencia to buy him and bring him to Barcelona. Very good offensively, but very smart defending his left side.
To correct what I just said about Gerard Piqué featuring Sergio Ramos in the starting 11 for Spain.
Yeah, I was wondering when he came in, but you know, it was Sergio Ramos. You have to get used to the short hair still.
Of course. Sergio Ramos wearing the 15 shirt. Suárez takes the corner.
Offside
with a
here.
good header. Cavani.
Yeah, offside.
Offside against two of them.
The idea was good. Long corner. Tried to set up with a header. But Spain did well moving out here. We can see that here. Jordi Alba, Puyol all moving out. And Edinson Cavani, the Napoli striker, was still offside.
Spain leading by Cesc Fàbregas' goal to 0. 20 minutes played. So glad you could join us ahead of the United States trip to Honduras. Of course, we will have the whole game live for you on beIN Sport.
All those players, they came into the 100 club, did win, despite Raúl. He was the only one who tied his game, number 100. But all the others, Zubizarreta, Casillas, Xabi Alonso, Xavi Hernandez and Torres have won their game so far, and Puyol is on a good way.
The man playing alongside him, Sergio Ramos, making his 99th appearance. Good work. On the right-hand side, Álvaro González, very busy player.
See that Spain, when they have to defend, all these offensive midfielders moving back, closing all those rooms, closing all the doors. The only possibility I see for the moment for Uruguay is a counter-attack, but as they are 1-0 down, they need to approach more often the goal.
Our referee Almari just taking exception here. Sergio picking up the yellow card. It was shown quickly to him. The foul on Nicolas Lodeiro.
Long leg. He plays the ball though. But he comes slightly from behind. That's the reason why it's dangerous play called here. Free kick for Uruguay.
So Victor Valdés, not accustomed to keeping goal for Spain too often. He's reached double figures in terms of his caps, seizing this opportunity. Will aim to keep this one out. Floated in dangerously. It came off Azpilicueta. Diego Godín, centre-back, out there on the left flank. Trying to keep this move flowing. Lodeiro looked like that had crossed the line. Play continues.
Was not called. Now there's a counter-attack possibility for Spain. Cazorla.
And looking for the release and finding Pedro going at them.
That's the man for a fast counter-attack. Pedro couldn't make the run here. And now it's Spain to set up their game. See 4-4-2 formation from Uruguay. 4 in defense, 4 in midfield, 2 strikers.
Traditionally a team that is full of ball winners in midfield. But, they can play a bit too when they're given the opportunity. Not many teams do get the opportunity to play possession football against Spain. See how they're getting on here. Lodeiro is an important piece in that central midfield area. You have the combative Diego Perez wearing the 15. That's given away by Godín to Juan Mata. Fàbregas is off.
Nice try here.
He'll go for it again. spurred on by his first effort.
Yeah, you're sure. Once you've seen that the goalkeeper had these mistakes, you want to see if he is still concentrated or maybe unsure now. But this one was a good save by Fernando Muslera. Helps him to come back into the game after his terrible mistake, which led to the 1-0 for Spain.
Cavani.
Nice move here.
Good support by Pereira. Suárez buzzing around. He'll never give up a lost cause.
And we have the chance for Spain, where Godín loses the ball. And Fàbregas looking for the first post. Lugano touching a little bit this ball. But this time, Fernando Muslera, the goalkeeper for Uruguay, is there.
8 previous matches between these two. 6 of them have been friendlies and 5 of them have been played in Spain. Just the one in Uruguay. Spain are unbeaten in all 8 matches, including the 2 where they've come face-to-face in World Cup finals. Both ended in draws in the World Cup finals, and in fact, if you go all the way back to 1950, their first meeting in the World Cup finals finished 2-2. The tournament in which Uruguay claimed the World Cup for the second time.
Yep, 1930 and 1950. That was for Uruguay. Whatever happens tonight, within 4 months, they will meet up again for the Confederations Cup. And whoever might take the revenge there. Hard battle here between Suárez and
Azpilicueta.
Yeah, the newcomer.
Cavani going for goal, and not managing to get his angles correct.
It was a nice try though, nice and quick turnaround. Only the shot was not excellent, but the move from him was really nice.
Cavani has mentioned this week that the 2 teams that perhaps he would consider leaving Italian football for are Real Madrid and Barcelona. He absolutely has no knowledge of any kind of interest from those 2 clubs, he says, but those 2 would be the dream, I think.
Yeah, I think for every striker it's a dream to play in the La Liga, the Spanish first division. As there's a lot of offensive players out there, much nicer and easier maybe to play for a striker than in Italy. Nice kick from Valdés. Mata
with Cáceres, and Mata gets the better of him. Godín has to help. Mata still has it. No. Fired giveaway. Straight to the boot of Cavani.
Really amazing how hard they pass between each other. Sometimes the Spaniards, but with their technical abilities, really not often that they lose the ball in midfield. Ramos
saw that.
Very good defending here. Anticipating the move.
Well, it is a different formation for the likes of Iniesta and Sergio Busquets to get used to. Fàbregas also, considering the number of Barcelona players in that lineup, playing slightly different to how they do at club level. Azpilicueta going long here for Mata. Well seen and well stretched by Diego Godín. Atletico Madrid centre-back, currently his club tracking Barcelona down at the top of La Liga.
Corner for Spain.
Been taken. Sent in.
Nice one!
Oh,
and it's the captain!
What a return from Carlos Puyol! The Centurion!
What do you want? What do you expect more?
The flag is up and it rules out the strike. It brings the celebrations to an early close.
What a shame for him. Actually, it would be great for him in his game number 100. Let's see what happened.
Well, that's the wrong decision.
It is, definitely. I saw who touched it last with the hat.
A little flick on
That was a flick on.
Well, Spain denied a second goal. Controversial offside decision.
Would like to see the replay again. Who touched it with the head there? If it was a Uruguayan player or a Spaniard. It was a fantastic goal anyway. Wonderful. But still 1-0.
And Puyol is denied.
Maxi Pereira against Fàbregas. Hits it out long.
Pereira is the Benfica man. Ramos.
Casola. Oh, in trouble.
Now Rodriguez to Puyol. Well, such a shame he's waited so long to make this appearance in the national team. Of course, missed the European Championships, had to have surgery just beforehand. Last played for Spain back in February last year.
Yeah, it's a year ago. It was really unfortunate to miss the Euro Cup. Puyol.
Well, there's a ball through, and flag stayed down this time, and Puyol going absolutely crazy. Why wasn't that offside, he says?
It was really offside position for me too, but no danger was created here as Cavani wasn't able to control the ball and Victor Valdés was already out there. Right wing for Uruguay now. Pereira.
Oh, correct decision.
Was no offside, yeah, right. Puyol coming out too late and Cavani not able to control. Going into the box here.
There goes the run.
No penalty called.
No penalty for Lodero.
Although it was close.
Suárez's layoff. Cáceres. Oh,
nice.
That's left nicely, and Rodriguez is there.
Rodriguez, and he did it. He makes Spain cry. La Cebolla, the onion. 1-1 for Uruguay. Wonderful pass, wonderful turnaround, and beautiful goal for Uruguay.
Christian Rodriguez gobbles up the opportunity. And so Spain denied their second. And now it's double pain. Lovely dummy from Suárez.
No offside because Ramos was still down. Puyol not at his side. Opening up space for Rodriguez. And he doesn't leave this one escape. Hits it in. 1-1, and that's wonderful for the game. Much better than the 1-0 before, because Spain got lazy, was just holding possession. Now they have to do more again if they want to win.
Rodriguez, the man who earns his paycheck in Spain, now scores against them. Lovely roll of the boot to take possession away from Carlos Puyol. Puyol's night gets worse as he sees Rodriguez stick it past Valdés. Love to see that chalked off goal again, just to see if the second contact of the flick on left Puyol in an offside position before he volleyed home. But as it is, it counts for nothing. Spain 1, Uruguay 1, 33rd minute. And Spain have to assert themselves again. Iniesta, Mata. Strike was there to be hit from Cazorla. And now Luis Suárez away from Sergio Busquets.
Good chance, 2 against 2. Now the third defender comes.
Beautiful.
Cavani,
Goal,
bad
Cavani.
control again.
And Ramos stops him.
No
Accurate
foul.
tackle from Sergio Ramos. And Cavani hits the floor in frustration. His first touch, as you say, Bodo, just too heavy.
Yeah,
as
like
Suárez
before,
led the charge.
he had a very good chance earlier and had a bad control there too. And here again. Here we have the replay of the first one, but here no foul at all. Ball was played by Sergio Ramos. He has to blame himself for the really bad first contact and controlling the ball. Edinson Cavani, Napoli striker.
That goal for Christian Rodriguez, the first in 8 months for Uruguay. He last scored in the summer in the World Cup qualifier against Peru. The last game that Uruguay won in the qualifiers, in fact.
After good start for César Azpilicueta on the right wing here. Got a little bit calmer here. More involved is the left side. It's pretty clear and pretty obvious too, as Iniesta and Jordi Alba play together in the same club. They know each other perfectly well. Now, here he is, Azpilicueta. Right side not as much used as the left.
Puyol now 34. Mentioned the 7th man to reach 100 caps for Spain. The 3rd Barcelona player to do it. Foining Xavi and Andrés already there. And former goalkeeper great, Andoni Zubizarreta.
Well, the sports director for Barcelona.
He will be the first to congratulate Puyol on making the 100 club here tonight, and they would have really had some celebrations had that goal stood.
There's still plenty of time to repeat that one in a set piece, maybe. They need to win one.
His last goal came in the World Cup against your team, Bodo, Germany.
Oh, again, you always have to dig into the wounds, don't you? It was a horrible game for Germany, as they had a wonderful tournament so far, but really lame and frustrating game against Spain. They were not able to find their form of the first rounds, where they played really wonderful, but against Spain they were really completely out of form. Nice ball from Cazorla to Pedro.
Inside is Cazorla again. Jordi Alba will have to race for that one. Álvaro González was with him. Lugano, the captain, out for Cavani. He missed that opportunity a few moments ago as Luis Suárez countered with great pace. But here's an opportunity again. It's been presented back to Spain, and it's hit by Mata.
Good shot and wonderful save for Muslera. It's coming back into shape now. Setup comes from Fàbregas. Dry shot here on the ground, and Muslera this time without any problem.
It's been a good first half. A slow start to it, wasn't it? But really sparked into life when that calamitous error from Muslera presented Fàbregas with the opening goal. But, the second ruled out for offside from Carlos Puyol's volley. Uruguay taking full advantage, with Suárez providing a lovely dummy into the path of Christian Rodriguez to equalise. Problem here for Santi Cazorla. Just pain and discomfort. Put his left leg down. Seems to be grimacing somewhat. Sure.
I'm pretty sure we will see some new players in the second half, if not directly after halftime. During the second half, there's plenty of players still sitting out there. And
oh, delightful from Andrés Iniesta.
Here. Andrés Iniesta, really wonderful football.
Pedro's cross, it's Mata. Azpilicueta. Punching tackle from Lodero prevented Cazorla's progress going any further. Uruguay nicely set up. Spain picking their passes as usual. Juan Mata has been impressive up there with Cesc Fàbregas and Pedro.
Nice play here for Uruguay. Wonderful football.
Diego Perez looking long for Luis Suárez's run. Sergio Ramos had the same idea.
Too long this ball for Suárez, and Ramos plays it back to Valdés, and he plays out his strengths with his feet. Wonderful pass here. I think if Xavi Hernandez or Xavi Alonso would have played this pass, he would have said what a wonderful pass. But when it comes from a goalie, you don't mention anything.
He's taught to do that, isn't he?
Definitely.
They fine him a week's wages if his kicks go to an opponent. It's the Barcelona way. I'm just making that up.
But still you have to do it. Wonderful pass here by him. David Villa is on the bench waiting to come in, and I'm actually looking forward to see him. Hopefully he comes in the second half as a real striker up front. I'm not really a friend of all these midfield players in this squad, although they play wonderful football. But I have the impression there's missing a player up front where they can put the ball to. The other option is Negredo from Sevilla, who is a real number 9, a head player, fast, strong player.
Well, it's a foul from Godín. Came in late on Cesc Fàbregas. Just apologising now after the referee asks for him to go over and see the player. He wasn't too interested to begin with.
It was a long leg and hard tackle. Fàbregas was lucky that he was not really hit. As a defender, that's a nice handshake, you have to see. But as a defender, you have to get some respect from your opponent, and if you don't hurt him, even better. Isco from Malaga is on the bench too. Would be this first match if he would come in second half. It would be an option for the midfield, as we've seen Cazorla with little problems earlier.
Jordi Alba is still down here. Took a bang on the toe.
Luis Suárez saw Victor Valdés far out of his goal line and tried to go for it.
Well, it's something he's done on a number of occasions. Remember a game that Suárez scored from that range against Norwich City for Liverpool, the English Premier League. It's a busy day here at beIN Sport. Check out our website for all of the details, all of the build-up for Honduras against the United States. World Cup qualification, the final round of that, and CONCACAF getting underway after this game.
And I'm crossing my fingers for the US team. First game for them. My ex-teammate Jürgen Klinsmann as a coach. Hopefully he will be successful.
Iniesta takes that off the toe of Edinson Cavani. Cavani tries to get back and lunges in. Bit scrappy.
Dangerous play from behind. Iniesta just getting away.
Cavani terrorizing the little playmaker.
See the face of Iniesta. Ooh, in a friendly, what are you doing here?
Right in front of the referee as well, as if to say, calm him down, ref. As Pilaqueta. Zola helping it on for Mata, who loses out. Naldero, he's had an impressive game. The one player who's travelled an awfully long way so far for Uruguay from South America, Botafogo. Take part in this prestigious friendly at the Khalifa Stadium in Doha. 1-1.
It's still an 8-hour flight for Spain too, so it's not right around the corner, this match, for anybody. Alba comes over the left wing.
Pedro trying to squeeze it through. Maxi Pereira with some good defending.
Very
Álvaro
close.
González.
The defensive line of Uruguay, but Spain wins it back.
Now Fàbregas trying to thread it through. his target was held up, and unfairly so. Free kick won by Pedro. Free kick to Spain.
Dangerous position there for a free kick, and there's numbers of players on the Spanish side who might enjoy that. See here, Lugano, hard defender. Hard is sometimes unfair, but definitely a good defender and good signer for Malaga, which reduces the chances for the US player Nievo to step up in Malaga. De Michelis, centre back now. Diego Lugano coming in. Really not easy to step up into the team. Fàbregas is there, Sergio Ramos is there, Mata.
Camera angle giving us the
don't see any fear in his eyes, just concentration, putting up his wall, and you can see a little Spanish wall beside that, trying to take the view of Muslera, and they will open up in the last moment to give the ball free that might come through there.
It's a bit crowded for Cesc Fàbregas, this. It's Sergio Ramos instead, and hit one of the pillars in that light blue wall.
He was the one to score it in the last international match from that spot, and this time it was too low. The wall was there, defending this strike from Sergio Ramos.
No room for Fàbregas this time. Iniesta.
Nice move between two.
Would have gone past the third had it not been for nicely timed intervention from Maxi Pereira, bringing the first half to a close. It's been entertaining between the winners of the first World